Iredell County's trusted news leader, with Bryson Davis.
Good evening, I'm Bryson Davis, and this is the 6 o'clock WAME News. We begin tonight with a Statesville man who remains behind bars following an early morning arrest on serious assault and domestic violence charges. The Iredell County Sheriff's Office says 23-year-old Jaden Shea Stockbridge was booked into the Iredell County Detention Center just after 4 a.m. Wednesday. Stockbridge faces multiple charges, including assault by strangulation inflicting serious injury, assault inflicting serious bodily injury, assault on a female, and misdemeanor domestic violence. Jail records show no bond has been set, and authorities confirm he is still in custody. Investigators have not released further details, and the case remains under review. Iredell County is bracing for another round of wintry weather this weekend as area continues to recover from last weekend's storm. The National Weather Service says snow is likely on Saturday, with temperatures staying in the 20s all day. Snow is expected to develop in the morning and continue through the afternoon, with 1 to 3 inches possible, especially on untreated roads, bridges, and elevated surfaces. As temperatures drop Saturday night, any melting snow could refreeze, creating icy conditions. The county is still feeling the effects from last weekend's storm, which brought snow, sleet, and ice, leaving behind slick spots on secondary roads and shaded areas. The weather has also affected local schools. Iredell County area schools will remain closed for the 4th day this week as officials cite unsafe travel conditions and ice on some campuses. Leaders say student and staff safety is their top priority and will continue monitoring roads and forecasts before reopening. Meteorologists warn that below freezing temperatures will stick around even after the snow ends, keeping travel hazardous into the coming days.
Our number one priority is to keep people safe. For much of the state, folks will see ice instead of snow. And whether you find yourself facing ice or snow, we've all got to be prepared for whatever impacts may come.
Please don't try to drive once the storm hits unless it's necessary. Cars and ice simply do not mix. This will keep you safe and give our crews and emergency responders the space they need to do their jobs.
People should get any supplies they need before the storm arrives and stay off the roads once the winter weather gets to your area. This storm could make travel treacherous for several days across much of North Carolina. If you absolutely must travel, be sure to slow down and maintain a safe following distance between you and other vehicles. Check drivenc.gov for the latest traffic information and visit ncdot.gov for more winter weather tips.
Residents are urged to use caution and stay updated as the winter pattern continues. With cold temperatures continuing, local nonprofits in Iredell County need your help. After the break, see how you can support families struggling after last week's winter storm.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. How to safely build a fire, and how to control the flames. But I can only teach wildfire prevention. Only you can prevent wildfires.
You quit smoking and thought, that's that. But here's the thing about lung cancer. By the time you see the symptoms, it could be too late. But now, there's a new scan that can detect lung cancer early, when it's more curable. If you smoked, get scanned. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Iredell County families are still feeling the effects of last week's winter storm, and local nonprofits are seeing record demand for food and shelter. Yokefellow Ministries of Statesville reports its busiest week in 6 months, distributing a record number of food boxes to families impacted by icy roads, power outages, and limited access to groceries. Many families relied on the ministry for multiple meals while staying home during hazardous conditions. Meanwhile, the Salvation Army of Iredell County has extended its emergency shelter operations through next Wednesday, serving 60 to 70 meals a day and providing a warm, safe place for 20 to 25 residents each night. The facility's warming station also remains open for anyone needing refuge from the cold. Today, volunteers from Grilling for God provided hot cooked meals to shelter residents, offering not just food but a sense of community during the extreme winter weather. Salvation Army officials say volunteers, blankets, coats, and breakfast cereal are in high demand. Residents can contact Yoke Fellow Ministries at 704-872-7677 or the Salvation Army at 704-872-5623 to help or for assistance. Officials emphasize that even small contributions can make a big difference for neighbors struggling during this challenging winter season. Federal authorities are warning the public about an ongoing scam in which fraudsters pose as prosecutors or law enforcement agents to steal money and personal information. The FBI says scammers possibly operating overseas are contacting people by phone, email, or text claiming the recipient is a victim or suspect in a fraud investigation. They then pressure people to provide money, bank details, or personal information. FBI Atlanta Acting Special Agent Peter Ellis warns these fraudsters use fear and intimidation, and the FBI is actively pursuing those responsible. U.S. Attorney Will Keyes emphasized that legitimate authorities will never demand money or banking information from citizens. Officials advise anyone receiving suspicious calls or messages to be suspicious of unsolicited contacts, never give money or personal information, trust your instincts and hang up if pressured, and verify claims independently with the agency or court. Victims or potential targets are urged to report incidents to the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center at ic3.gov. Authorities say awareness is the best defense against scams like this. North Carolina's population is booming, growing by more than 750,000 people in just 5 years. Coming up after the break, we'll take a closer look at what's driving this growth and how the state could soon surpass Georgia and Ohio.
There I was, 16, divorced, remarried with a baby, another on the way, and I could barely read or write. Getting my high school diploma was a catalyst I needed. Now I have a bachelor's and master's, and I became a teacher. When I look at all these success stories, I could not help but think it all started by getting my high school diploma.
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
Mom was always very self-sufficient, but we started noticing things were off.
I was forgetting my responsibilities at work.
I told Mom we should visit a doctor.
Alzheimer's. It was hard to hear that.
Early detection gave us time to seek information and support as a family. I've never felt more connected with Mom.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
North Carolina's population has grown by 756,000 people over the past 5 years, a 7.2% increase, according to a newly released U.S. Census Bureau estimate. The state's population rose from 10.4 million in 2020 to an estimated 11.2 million in 2025, putting it on track to exceed 11.9 million by the 2030 census. Currently, only a few states, including California, Texas, Florida, New York, and Pennsylvania, also including Illinois, have populations above 12 million. Ohio and Georgia are also ahead of North Carolina, but state demographer Michael Klein says that could change soon. Klein says the state's growth is fueled by net migration, with more people moving to North Carolina than leaving. Last year alone, the state saw 84,000 people move in from other states, surpassing Texas. He says factors such as a mild climate, strong tech sector, urban centers with natural amenities, and long-term investments in education, including the UNC system and Research Triangle Park, make North Carolina especially attractive. Klein adds that the growth includes both younger residents seeking education and careers and retirees relocating to the state, keeping North Carolina among the fastest-growing states in the nation, even as national birth rates decline. That's it for tonight's WAME 6 o'clock news. Thanks for watching. We'll be back tomorrow with the latest updates from Iredell County and across North Carolina.
Stay informed. Stay ahead. WAMEnews.com. Social and on air.